YMCA. I've known Will for a long time. There's a lot of people in this room who know what Will means to me. I had a chance last night to try to compose what I was going to say. I never made it halfway through. So I decided today I would just share an experience that's going to be forever dear to me with Will. A lot of people in this room know Will as a basketball coach. Fair statement? I know Will as a basketball official, an official on any sport given. Will came to me 7-8 years ago. I was down at the Cooper YMCA. He said, I know I've coached for you. I want to learn how to officiate. You officiate, I want you to teach me how to officiate. I said, I don't know. It takes a special person to be able to officiate. People are yelling at you here, there. You just got to let it roll off your back. I can do it. We started with 3- and 4-year-olds. I was like, okay, he's got skills. All right, basketball. 5- and 6-year-olds, all right. Move him into the 7- and 8-year-olds. He's like, I'm nervous. I remember getting the phone call the night before. He said, I just don't know. I said, what if I come and call the first basketball game with you? Your first time ever calling 7- and 8-year-olds. What do you think? He's like, all right, I'll beat you there at 8 o'clock in the morning. We get there. First game out of the box. For any of you who don't know Aaron Fisher is one of our longtime coaches. You know what I'm talking about. Longtime coaches who can be a little bit loud. Yeah, he can be loud. I had no idea that when we started the game, jump ball, Aaron makes one comment. We're not even 30 seconds into the game. Most officials, when they give a technical foul, they just, whoop, technical foul. Will, bam, technical foul. What? I just said, what happened? I go over to Will, because you always go to your partner, and I say, what did you just do? He goes, I just had to get it out of my system. He was like, good thing is you've always taught me that if I give the technical foul, you got to go handle the coach. Okay, what do I say? So I go over to Aaron. I was like, Aaron, I don't know. Young guy, you know. We get through the game. It's about 4 years later. I'm coaching my daughter's team. I get to the gym. Who's there to referee the game? I don't usually look at the referee schedule. It's Will. I was like, oh, God. We start the game. Things are going well. Technical foul. What did I do? I just had to get it out of my system. Well, he and I will always have this special bond. We always talk about sports teams. Everybody who knows me knows I love the Denver Broncos. Best team in the NFL. I know Aaron, I know Will is a diehard Cowboys fan. Amen. Technical foul, right? So today, I felt like I had to get the last word in with Will, because I know he's watching down on us now as we release these balloons. That's why mine are orange, blue. As I release that to him, I know he's going to be cussing me the whole way as they coming up. And I'm just going to have to look and say, I just had to get out of my system. Thank you.
Had the pleasure to know the Cummings for 18 years. Long time. But, and I love Will, and gonna miss him a lot, but I'm here today to, this is from Jenna, my daughter. Couldn't be here. Coach Will, Coach Cummings, that's what I always called you. I wish I could be here today to celebrate your life. You were my very first coach. As an adult, all I can say is, man, that guy had patience. To take on a bunch of 6- and 7-year-olds, man, looking back now, I don't know how he did it. I remember practicing outside in the heat, in the gyms with no AC, and he said it builds character. Shows you how tough you are. Looking back, Coach Cummings taught me so much more than how to dribble a basketball, how to shoot a basket, During the time that he coached me, he's taught me things that I try to incorporate into my adulting life. Respect, accountability, and most importantly, to never give up, no matter what your size is. For y'all who don't know me or remember me, I'm only 4'11" on a good day. We may have lost touch over the years, but Coach Cummings, you've impacted my life in a way you'll never know. And for that, I will always be grateful, and I will never forget. I love you always, and I will miss you.
I'll try to keep things a little short. I do like to talk a lot. My name's Nick. I'm the sports director here at the Y. I first met Will about 5 years ago when I first started out as a monitor. I remember the very first thing he said to me. We were at Bowie High School. I was monitoring basketball games. If any of y'all have been at Bowie, the games we're in is one's up at the front and one is 1.5 miles all the way across the school. Don't know why. Will was in that gym all the way across the school. I said, hey, I'm Nick, good to meet you. I'll be in and out. He said, don't worry about it, brother. I got you. What? You got me. He's like, hey, me and Daryl on this. You don't have to worry. Here's my number. I got you. Okay. I walked in there about 20 minutes later. He said, now didn't I tell you I got you? What are you doing in here? I know how to run the court. Okay. I just started out. I didn't even know. That was the very first interaction I ever had with Will. Ever since then, Will has been the best mentor, and he's really been like a big brother to me. Will got me into coaching. I started coaching in 2018 with the Y. Took a little bit of a break. Those 3 and 4-year-olds take it out of you, man. I said, Will, I don't know if I can do this, brother. He said, no, you just ain't find the right age group yet. I said, okay, I'll work with you on that. Now I've been coaching about the same group of girls with our membership coordinator, Bailey, for going on a year now. And I told him, I said, man, you were right. I didn't find the right age group. Finally, I found it. And I'm so glad Will got me into coaching. He got me into officiating. I called 4 baseball games today.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, hey, Will would have been proud of me. I was like, he might have questioned my strike zone a little bit, but we'll get over that. You know, when Will was working at the front desk, I stopped in and I talked to him for maybe 15, 20 minutes before I even got to work. When I got hired on full time here, the first person I talked to real extensively about everything was Will. He gave me so much advice, and I couldn't be more thankful for everything he told me while he was here. And then when he started, you know, going in and out of the hospital a little bit, and he was at the hospital, and he had surgery, and Corey finally told me where he was. Corey was trying to keep me away from him. Corey finally told me where he was. I called Theo, I said, we're going up there. He said, okay. And he was up, and he was awake. And I still remember the first thing he said to me. He said, who's there? I said, Nick and Theo. Get out. I said, what? Get out? Come on, man. I ain't seen you in 3 months. You gonna kick me out of the hospital room like that, huh? He said, nah, I'm just playing with you. Come here. Even in the hospital, he was so happy. He still always had that attitude of just being happy. He was always happy to see his people. Then he got out, started doing physical therapy. And the last time I saw Will, when he came up here, he stopped by the Y on a Friday just to stop by and say hi, see everyone he wanted to see. And it was good seeing him up and walking around. And right before he left, he grabbed me, hugged me, and said, hey, I appreciate everything you've done for me over the years. I appreciate you being here to come see me, come visit me in the hospital. And he said, now don't forget, I know you owe me cookies. I said, okay. And I told him, I stopped before y'all left, and I said, Will, you let me know when you want your oatmeal cookies, and I got you, brother. And that was the last time I saw Will, so when I heard the news, I went home and I baked some cookies and I said, sorry, I got them a little late, man. I said sorry, but you know, Will has made such a big impact on my life. You know, in just the short 5 years I knew him, and I'm, you know, people coming up 16 years, 18 years, oh man. And I only knew him for 5. So I just want to say to everyone who loved Will, just know he was the same Will the whole way through. He was always happy, always cheerful, full of life. And I just want to say, you know, get my little story out. I'll end with, I think the last time I ever called a basketball game, I had to call Will's game. Yes. You remember that. Maybe about 18 seconds into the game, I called the jump ball. 100% called it the wrong way. I knew it as soon as I called, and I just went, ooh. And all I hear behind me is Will go, you sure about that? Yes, sir? And he said, okay. He knew. He came up after the game. Man, we probably talked about that call once a week, every single week. Since that call had been made, he goes, man, I still can't believe we lost that game because you blew that jump call in the first quarter. So, I just wanted to come up and share my little story about Will. Really love him.
Good afternoon.
These are all, not all my girls. There's no way I can look at it this way, so don't look this way. Will was, let me start with our team, because we grew up with a lot of these little girls. Red Hots, Brats, these are our team names, real our team names. Texas Crossovers. This man, when we talk about village, people talk about, you know, you have a village. This man was a village in every little girl that's standing here. This is what he helped to create. He not only
Yes.
coached, but determination, commitment, self-confidence. He made some of these little girls think they were the best basketball players in the world.
Yeah.
That allowed some of these little girls to go to college, to finish college, to be more than what they thought they could be. So this man, his life was not in vain. His purpose was this. I am so proud to have known him. I'm so proud that he was a part of our village. Most of us are transplants here in Texas. I'm from Louisiana, I know y'all from Arkansas. So we didn't get to grow up down the street from mom and dad or cousin or aunt. But we created these kinships, these basketball teams. And although we keep growing and we may not see each other for years, it's like a family reunion. If I hear about somebody in the family, you're proud of them. They're our cousins. So this kinship doesn't end. These relationships didn't end. This is your family. These are your sisters. When y'all need us, we're here. We're here. We may not be down the street, but we're here. We had to get up because this team, these girls, and we've all known since they were little girls, but this is what he helped to create. So when we're celebrating his life, when we celebrate anything that they do, this is in him. This is what he created.
Yeah.
So the spokesperson came. Oh, and besides that, I taught most of them how to play.
First of all, let me start off saying, please bear with me. William Cummings was my best friend. We grew up together in Little Rock, Arkansas, from grade school. I met Will one day as I was walking through the woods, because our neighborhoods kind of connect each other through the golf course and some wood. So me and one of my friends walked through the woods. We saw Will and some of his friends playing basketball. So we got over there and asked if I can get out there and play with him. He said yes. So we got out there, and the whole time we was out there, we was going back and forth because Will was competitive and I was competitive. So we went at each other all the time. And at that moment, we became friends. And over the years, we became childhood friends and adulthood friends. And through all that, we became brothers, both brothers. We talked about basketball all the time. We would argue about this, argue about that. We'll get out there on the court and we'll play against each other and we'll go hard at one another. But then I left and I moved to Texas. I came down here, my daughter, when she was born, we wanted to put her in sports and get her going because she had asthma. So that was my thing to actually get her going to get her active to where she can control her asthma. At that time, I was coaching some of these girls right here. Will was still in Arkansas. He was coaching boys. And I would go back home every so often, and we'll talk about basketball, what I was doing, what he was doing as far as coaching. And he was thinking about making a move, but he just didn't know if he really wanted to leave the boys. So I kind of convinced him a little bit and told him, hey man, yeah, you know, the girls down here that I got, they're pretty good. If you come down here, we can coach, and we can do this together, and we can make this one-hour organization. So when Will came down, got in the gym, and actually we started in this gym right here. And it's it started in this gym and then went back here again to celebrate his life. As we was coaching, and we were said, I guess, one of the other parents, I talked about all the different teams that we had. Will took that coaches by the horns and he ran off with it. He was a good coach, he was a good friend, he was a good mentor. He mentored all these girls up here, and I'm sure there's plenty more. And there's some that I ran across that once we did not part ways, but when we did get out of contact with one another, and I met some other girls that I was training, they told me that they know Coach Will. So it always seems like we was always together at some point, even if we wasn't together. All these girls, all these guys that he coached, he mentored, all became his family. He loved each and every one of them with the every being of his heart. Even though we can get in the gym and he can frustrate some of these girls and make them mad because of the drills that he did, but all in all, they love everything about Will. And if you can see some of the pictures that Andrea's son has, you will see all these girls crowding around him all the time. And I just want to say that I will miss him. I love him. Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace.
he said he knew Will. That's weird for me to hear. Will, 5 years, I think somebody said 15 or whatever. I've been knowing him for 46 years. That's my brother. My real life brother. Y'all don't know if I'm gonna make it through this or not. He's my brother. He's 5 years older than I was, and growing up, of course, I want to be around him and his friends, Steve. Where's Steve go? Steve. He was talking about walking in the woods together. We used to go back in the woods, and I'll follow him to the golf course, back over to the Steve's neighborhood, and we go to his folks' house. We fought, just like brothers do. We fought. He kicked a hole in the wall in the garage and told Mama it was me. We used to play football down the hallway with my little sister's dogs. He put a hole in the wall there. I'm the middle child of all the boys. So you know they say the middle child is just kind of that crazy one. I think I am, but everybody in my family, for the most part, Dallas Cowboys fans, and I know where I am right now. But I'm gonna say it anyway. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Tommy and Andrea know I hate them because I was the typical middle child, and back then the 49ers and the Cowboys were in the same division. And I said, I like the 49ers, and I've been a 49ers fan ever since. And I always call it, so I won't say it, but I used to call them, and we would always argue about the Cowboys. And anytime somebody got in trouble on the Cowboys, which seemed like every week, I would make fun of them. So yeah, we did that. He was my brother. We did typical brother things. When he was in the hospital and I came down to see him, he told me, I think his soccer team had a championship game that weekend, and he told me that he was coaching. I said, soccer? What? That's like, yeah. I was like, you play basketball. We didn't grow up playing soccer. We grew up playing basketball. And that's just the kind of person he was. He would coach anything. It didn't matter. And he told me when he was in the hospital, I said, how are you coaching these kids? You don't know anything about soccer. He said, I read about it and I'm good. So, that's just what it was. So I appreciate, this tells you all about my brother right here. Y'all look around, all these young, they're not even kids anymore, are they? All these young folks that my brother touched along the way, that's so awesome. I want to say something especially to those young folks, remember the things that my brother taught you. Remember them. You're going to need them in your life, I promise you. You're going to come up against some hard times. Remember what Coach taught. This is weird. I don't understand this Coach Will stuff, So, but I know what it is. I don't hear that a lot. But Coach Will taught you, use those lessons that he taught you, you're going to be better for it. You are. I guess I should introduce myself too, huh? My name is Philip Cummings. So anyway, I appreciate you on behalf of the Cummings family in Arkansas that could not be here today. I wanted to make sure I came down here from Arkansas to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being important people in my brother's life. I know he's in heaven looking down smiling because every single one of y'all here right now to remember him and celebrate him. It's going to be hard time these coming up weeks. And I just ask that you guys pray for us, encourage us, look after Andrea and the girls. I love you, Kiana. I love you, Bria. I love you, Andrea. We are family. We're going to be family forever. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate y'all for being here.
I won't be long. Just want to say, mimic off of what Steve and Philip have said. I don't dare just sit down because he wouldn't want me to do that. The love, the support has been so overwhelming. My heart is full. His heart is full. He has touched so many lives. So many. From the parents to all these kids, all these years. And he didn't want anything less for nobody. I just want to say thank you to the YMCA. He loved this place. He loved North. He loved here. He loved the people. He had gotten job offers, but I had told him, I said, money is not everything. Go where people love you and make you happy. And he did just that. Happiness in our age is important than money. I want to thank y'all so much. He loved each and every one of you, and it wasn't a day he came home and didn't have our YMCA story. From Chris' story to Anna to Miss Barbara and the special friends, the elder. Oh my God, he loved the elders. Just the time that people met him and poured into him meant a lot. Even on his last days, like he just, that was his goal. Y'all kept him going, and I want to say thank you for all you all have did in trusting him to be who he was and be a part of your organization. Amen. To all the parents. Then, now, for everybody who has requested him, from refereeing to coaching to, it did his heart so well. It was times every season where the waiting list at the YMCA was for William Cummings. And I'm like, baby, you just only one person. Like, sit down. But I want to thank each and every one of you all for allowing him to mentor, be a part of your kids' lives in any way. That was huge to him. And it's been so many. To all the kids, young, old, mid, adults, whatever he taught y'all, keep it here. Please let his legacy continue. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Put God first and make good decisions because that's what he will want you to do. Okay? So, I leave this. This man lived his life to the last breath. He pushed, he fought. He pushed, he fought. And when I say he was a warrior at giving and did not and fought to the last, he did. So y'all just, like he said, as young people, live, do it carefully, wisely, and just remember everything he's taught you and let that continue to live with you. My soul is, it hurts, but my soul is at peace with it all because I've watched him. I watched him from the beginning, at the end of August, till July 12th. I watched him every breath. Being with him the whole time, every day. I had to rearrange my job and, move to the hospital, but I watched him suffer every day. And my heart was hurt because I couldn't do much for him but just be there. Time was everything. So when I tell y'all, he's in a better place. He's at peace. It hurts, but he's at peace. No more suffering.
That's right.
He suffered long enough. He suffered. So I want to tell everybody that's here, I'm just, oh wow, the gym is full. I love y'all. I love y'all. The Cummings family will continue to love y'all. Just keep us lifted in prayer. Again, it hurts, but he's in no more pain.
At this time, we're going to do the balloon releases. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit.